Someone pinch me. It is September, and it is 1 week until I finally get to see Demon Slayer. Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video and welcome to the final installment of my short series, 3 weeks, 3 battles, 3 countdown videos. It is time for our final one, as this time next week it will be time to go see this freaking movie. I cannot believe I am saying that. I am so excited. But today, this video is going to be a little bit longer than the other two because I've got a lot to say about this battle because it's my favorite battle in the entire story. So let's go. Before we dive into today's video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment your thoughts. Are you super excited for this battle? What are you looking forward to most? Let me know in the comments below. And then just a few quick disclaimers. The first being, I know a lot of people have been asking me to react to the new teaser that was about Shinobu versus Doma. I did post this on my community tab, so make sure you're checking my community tab when you're wanting quick updates. I'll post them there. But I will not be reacting to this teaser. I have decided not to because a lot of people warned me that this teaser actually has some of the most important parts of this fight in the teaser, especially voice acting wise. If this is your first time, you don't know this about me, but if you've been watching me for a while, you do know this about me. I not only just love the voice acting, I'm a big seiyuu connoisseur. I pay attention to who they are and all of their work, so it's something that's very important to me. It is also one of the only things that I can technically be spoiled on for this movie because I am a manga reader. I can't be spoiled on the story itself, but I don't know what the voice acting is gonna be like, what the music is gonna be like, what some of the animation is gonna be like. So because this teaser seems to have a lot more in it than the one about Tanjiro and Giyuu versus Akaza, I have decided to skip out, especially because I am 1 week away from seeing this movie. So I just wanted to send a quick note to all of you wondering, I will not be reacting to it. And one last disclaimer before we get into today's video. This video will contain spoilers for the upcoming Infinity Castle movie that I can discuss because I am a manga reader. If you are not a manga reader and you have not seen the new Infinity Castle movie and you do not want to get spoiled on anything that happens in it, this is not the video for you. Put a pin in it and check back after you've seen the movie because I will be discussing spoilers about this battle in this video. But with that, let's get into it. And as you all already know, as I have talked about the other 2 battles that are in this movie, of course, the battle I'm looking forward to most in this movie is Tanjiro and Giyuu versus Akaza. Shocker to nobody. This fight is my favorite fight in the entire story for a few reasons. Obviously, the most glaring one is the fact that Tanjiro and Giyuu are my top 2 favorite characters in the entire story. Tanjiro is my favorite character in all of media. Giyu is my second favorite character in the show and top 5 characters of all time in media. This battle is very personal to me, obviously. But the fun fact of this battle is actually that this is what made me fall in love with Giyuu full-heartedly. While I had already loved him and he was already high in my ranking, this battle and his determination to protect Tanjiro at all costs, but also the fact that he is witnessing Tanjiro be so much stronger than he originally thought he was, there's something so special about it, and I love a character that will protect the character that's always protecting others, like a Tanjiro, where he is the protector of everyone else. So to see a character really step up to the plate, which happens a lot in this show, but the way Giyuu does it is just so good. I just love that kind of story writing. But on top of that, this fight is personal in a different way. Akaza is the only demon we have previously met and lost against, and lost someone to him. So we as an audience are going into this fight with a personal vendetta because everyone loved Rengoku. Even if you didn't understand why people were crying because we just met him, he was still a very lovable character. And he's the only demon we've met outside of Muzan, which is a different anomaly in itself, that we haven't been able to defeat, that we have to revisit a fight. So there's emotion for us as an audience. There's emotion for Giyuu because it is canon that Rengoku was one of the only Hashira that was not just mean to him all the time. And while he doesn't physically show that he was struggling with Rengoku's death, you can kind of assume that maybe there was a little bit of that inside of him. And my boy Tanjiro, of course this is so personal to him, as Tanjiro carries so much grief and so much guilt about the fight with Rengoku because he couldn't do anything. He had to stand there and just watch because he was super injured and he wasn't strong enough to jump in. So this is a rematch. This is vengeance. This is Tanjiro being able to come full circle from how he was in Mugen Train and prove that he is capable of going up against Muzan, which he has to do very soon. So obviously this video is going to be a little bit longer than the other two because I do love the other fights that are in this movie, don't get me wrong, but this fight is such a highlight for me. It's sadly very much overshadowing the other two when it comes to just what I'm looking forward to about this movie. Not to say that the other two battles are not good or I'm not looking forward to them or they're weaker. It's just there's so much going for this battle itself that everything else kind of falls to the wayside when I'm thinking about it. But don't get me wrong, I'm still very much looking forward to those other two battles. Now, normally in these videos, I would say the thing I'm looking forward to most and the thing I'm looking forward to least about this battle, which I'm still going to do. However, I'm gonna change it up a little bit just because since this fight is such a big fight for me, I feel like doing that is not gonna do my thoughts justice. So, since this fight has two Slayers involved, unlike the other two in this movie. I know that the Doma fight has more than one person, but this section of the battle that's in this movie is just one person. Anyway, because this fight has two Slayers involved, I'm going to do two things I'm looking forward to most about this battle so I can kind of make it specific to each character. And I am gonna say a couple of quick honorable mentions. I'm so excited for the voice acting, but I don't wanna spend too much time on it because there's actually something very specific about the voice acting that I'm looking forward to in the third movie. So I'm gonna kind of put that in my back pocket. You all know I love Hanai-san, who voices Tanjiro, Natsuki Hanai. I've seen him multiple times in person. I've gotten to witness him performing in person. It is a magical, incredible experience. I know he is going to do this justice. He is passionate about the story, so therefore I can rely on him to make sure that whatever vocal performance he gives us Tanjiro, it's gonna be amazing. So we're gonna put that in our back pocket, but I still had to bring it up because I'm so excited. And I just wanna throw out there, I'm very much looking forward to just the animation in general, the music, everything about this fight I'm looking forward to. So I'm going to actually narrow this down very specifically. Let's talk about Giyuu's moment first. And this is a very specific moment, and the manga panel I've actually considered tattooing on my body. I still might, we'll see. But it is when he tells Akaza that if he wants to kill Tanjiro, he has to defeat him first. Honestly, if I can pinpoint a moment in the manga that gave me the most chills and just had me whooping like out of my seat, like go Giyu. Yes, I love Giyu. In this moment, Tanjiro is completely helpless because he is unconscious and there is no way that he is going to be able to defend himself. So it is up to Giyu to keep Akaza from killing Tanjiro in this moment. And Giyu is bruised and battered. I think he says he can't hear out of his left ear. He is numb in most of his body. His sword is broken. He is bloody. He is fighting unconsciousness as well. But he will not let Akaza kill Tanjiro in this moment. And watching Giyu in the manga just try so hard to keep him away, I cannot wait I cannot wait to see this animated. One of my favorite manga panels in the entire story is that moment where he says, if you want to kill Tanjiro, you have to defeat me. Giyu has always been so protective of Tanjiro from the very beginning, but it's been very nuanced. It's been very quiet. It's been silent things, like taking him to Udokodaki, essentially. He didn't like take him there, but sending him to Udokodaki because Udokodaki is someone that he trusts. The little moments where he grabs Obanai's hand during the Hashira meeting in season 1 to keep him from continuing to do what he did to Tanjiro, just protecting him against Rui. And even the fact that he is putting his life on the line, where if Nezuko were to attack a human, he would So he's always been so protective of Tanjiro, but it's been very quiet and it's been very on the sidelines, I would say. This is a moment where his desire to protect Tanjiro is so strong that he's just shouting at him like, I'm still here, I am not dead yet, you gotta defeat me first. You're not killing this helpless kid that I'm going to do everything I can to protect. And granted, this is like the only part in the battle where Tanjiro is helpless, because Tanjiro is the reason that Akaza is headless at this moment and that Giyuu is even alive at this moment. I'm so freaking excited. The voice acting is gonna be amazing. I cannot wait to see this animated, and who knows, maybe it'll still end up as a tattoo. We'll see. This is like the culmination of my love for Giyuu. Maybe not, because he's still got really great moments to come that make me love him even more. But this was when I was like, oh, you're my second favorite character for freaking sure, because holy frick, his desire to protect Tanjiro is so strong. And in this moment, he doesn't know what he can do because he's literally so bruised and battered. But he's gonna do everything he can to protect his little brother. I'm so ready for this. Okay. I don't want to talk about it too much more because I can't wait to watch this on the big screen. Okay. I'm fine. Let's talk about the other thing that I'm looking forward to most that has to do with Tanjiro. It is in a broad way just when he accesses the see-through world, that entire sequence when he's gonna be so like quiet and calm, all the way to right before he beheads him when he calls out to him and Giyuu's like, he didn't know you were there, you're an absolute idiot. And it's so funny because Tanjiro is so smart, but he has those moments where he is so dumb. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think people will probably laugh at it, I don't know. But let's narrow it down even more, because let's take ourselves back a moment to Mugen Train, okay? It's all fun and games when we talk about the fact that Rengoku got turned into a donut, how Akaza punched his hand straight through him and turned him into a donut and Rengoku died, right? During Mugen Train, Tanjiro couldn't do anything. He sat on the sidelines and watched it happen. Completely helpless, not strong enough, and badly injured that took him out of this entire fight, right? He watched it happen and could do nothing. Fast forward to this fight against Akaza, which at this point in time, when Tanjiro accesses the see-through world, we're a good chunk of time into this fight. Things have happened, people are injured, there's blood, you know. Tanjiro is standing away, having his flashback. I'm so into this, I'm like telling a story. Giyuu is fighting him. He's down to like his last chance. Akaza breaks Giyuu's sword and goes in for the exact same move that he killed Rengoku with. And there is a brief moment where we as an audience think that we've just lost Giyuu the exact same way that we lost Rengoku. But then we find out we're not, because Tanjiro is able to do the very thing that he has been so eating himself up about. He is able to be the one that protects Giyuu from the exact same death that he watched Rengoku have. This moment in the manga is already so good because people say that Tanjiro is not changing, that he's not having any character development. This right here is a full circle moment for him. This right here is everything that he couldn't do with Rengoku, he is doing because he's stronger. And I don't know why I'm like on the verge of tears talking about it, because Tanjiro is such an important character to me, right? To see him just, we know that not only has he been sad about the situation that happened at Mugen Train, not only has he felt guilty about it because he feels like he should have protected Rengoku, like he should have been able to, we also know that he genuinely thinks that he should have died instead of Rengoku there. But in this moment, Tanjiro is the one who steps up and he saves Giyuu's life. He saves Giyuu from the exact same fate of Rengoku. I don't think people talk about this moment enough and how full circle it is. this is a very intentional thing that happens. It is very intentional writing that Akaza is about to do the same thing, and we genuinely for a split second think it's gonna happen. But Tanjiro jumps in and saves the day. And all of that full circle theming aside, I am just looking forward to seeing how this translates into animation, because we're gonna actually get to see how fast Tanjiro was, which by that I mean we're not actually gonna see him cut his hand off, we're gonna see him like already have done it. This is why, like, these are just small moments as to why this fight is so important to me, but there are so many full circle moments for Tanjiro and Giyu that I cannot wait. You know, like another full circle moment is when Giyu manifests his mark, when he literally just told Tanjiro in the last season that he's not going to be able to because he's not a real Hashira, he's not strong enough to, and he does it, and he accepts himself as a Hashira. He starts talking to himself like he is one. This is why this fight is so personal to me and why it's my favorite. It's so important. It's gonna be so good. I don't want to keep yapping about it because I can't wait to talk about it in my review when I talk about it on the other side from being able to have seen it animated. Yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, this video is gonna be way longer than the other two because this fight is so important to me. All right, let's talk about the one thing that I would say I'm looking forward to least, which is very hard, by the way, because if you can't tell, I love this fight. I can't even say Akaza's backstory because yes, his backstory is very hard and it's definitely gonna make me cry in the theater. I still really like his backstory. I think it's very beautifully sad and it makes you understand Akaza a lot more and makes him such an interesting character as well. But specifically, if I had to pick one thing that I'm looking forward to the least, it is probably how Muzan turns him into a demon. Seeing that animated, it's very gory because he like sticks his hand through his head. And honestly, that in manga format made me a little sick to my stomach. Seeing it animated and with the sound effects is, yeah, I'm not really looking forward to that particular moment just because it's not that I like have an aversion to gore. Like, I've watched Attack on Titan, I've watched Castlevania. If you haven't seen Castlevania and you don't like gore, don't watch it. It's so specific, but that's because this fight, I love so much of it that it's really just, if I had to say one thing that I'm like, I'm not really looking forward to, it is that. But there you go. There's some of the... I'm laughing at myself because this video is so unhinged compared to the other two. I'm talking so much more, and I genuinely, I really want to drive it home. I am very much looking forward to the other two fights. This fight just unfortunately overshadows it simply because of how important this fight is to me specifically. I can't hide that fact, I can't change that fact, and it will unfortunately overshadow the other two fights in my head a little bit just because of how important it is. However, the other two fights are still going to be very good and I'm still very much looking forward to them. It's just this one has a lot more going for it inside my brain. So before we close today's video, I want to just bring up one other thing about this fight. I know I'm going against my own rules. This video is already long, let's just make it longer. I cannot wait about this soundtrack. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, the leaks sometimes are impossible to avoid. I have seen a few visuals from this fight, unfortunately. It was against my will, I did not search it. They popped up in the middle of edits where I'm watching an edit of Demon Slayer and someone's like adding all this stuff that's already there, and then all of a sudden I'm staring at something I haven't seen before and I'm like, frick! But there has been so many opportunities for me to listen to covers of the original soundtrack of this fight, and I have said no to it because the soundtrack is actually really important to me. First of all, I've been talking about how excited I am for this soundtrack for years, because we already know Akaza's theme, we already know Giyu's theme, we already know Tanjiro's 3 themes. He's the main character, so he gets a few. And I've been very much excited to see how they're going to intertwine the 3. I'm so looking forward to that. There have been so many covers posted by people that I follow on YouTube. There have been so many opportunities for me to listen to it, and I have said no. I'm going to experience these soundtracks in the movie theater for the first time, and I cannot wait. I've grown up a figure skater. I've been figure skating since I was 6 years old. I always have been someone who prefers to listen to movie soundtracks over regular music because there's something about a good soundtrack that really is what I love to listen to, and it especially is fun to listen to when I'm studying or when I'm working, because then there's not lyrics to mess with my brain while I'm reading an Excel spreadsheet or trying to work on Japanese. So it's always been my favorite thing to listen to, so getting to hear this soundtrack finally, just throwing it out there, very excited to hear the soundtrack because I know they won't let me down, especially because it's being made for a movie, so movie soundtracks usually have a bit more of a budget than a TV soundtrack, so just throwing that out there as well. On top of everything else, I'm looking forward to everything about this movie, but the soundtrack is gonna get its own special shout out because I can't wait to hear Akaza and Giyu's theme together, Akaza and Tanjiro's theme together, all of those themes together. It's gonna be so good, I'm so excited. Okay, take a deep breath, everyone. This is my last, not my last video. I have one more video that will go up this weekend before I see it, but this is my last weekday video before I'm on the other side and I finally get to watch this movie. I am surprised. The first like week and a half, 2 weeks after it came out in Japan felt so slow, but time has definitely sped up. August flew by in a blink of an eye. I cannot believe I'm truly in the home stretch. 7 days. It's crazy. It's September. It's Demon Slayer month. Like, it's time. I cannot believe it. Anyway, I'm so excited to see this movie. I would say I've been patiently waiting. I have not been patiently waiting. I've been as impatient as you can ever imagine, but I cannot believe that it's time. I'm so flippin' excited. Everyone that's gone to see it before me has been commenting on my videos, and you guys have been great because you haven't been spoiling me. Anyway, it'll be time. Okay, that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment your thoughts. Also, side note, I will be styling my outfits. They are going to be inspired by Demon Slayer characters for each time I go to the movie theater. So if you want to see the outfits that I will be wearing, make sure you follow me on Instagram and X. Those are going to be the main places I will be posting those, and those will be linked in my description. They're not going to be cosplays. I'm getting creative. I'm doing outfits inspired by them, and I'm very excited. And also leave a comment if you've made it this far in the video. Leave a comment who you think I'm going to be basing my outfits off of. But with that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Saturday for one more video, and then I'll see you after I watch the movie. Matane.